When I was little, I was obsessed with watching movies on DVD. How they could bring you into an amazing world of entertainment. And then you have DVDs with movies like this. In case you don't know anything about the Air Bud movies, here's a small explanation. A dog that's really good at sports. That's about all I know, so that's all you're going to get. I will be ranking the movies based on certain aspects. Those aspects are the story, the dogs, the side characters, and how fun it is. Each score will go up to 5 points, with the perfect score being 20 total points. If you're still here, consider subscribing and dropping a comment to show people actually want videos like this. Now without further ado, let's get into the first film. The film begins with the iconic Air Bud Entertainment Studio logo. That's right, this is an entire entertainment business. We get some nice outdoor scenery and oh my gosh, is that a clown? Hey, it's our main character! And look, he's being tossed around the back of a pickup truck. So for some reason, this movie's villain is a clown. And to go further on that, what kind of person gets a clown for a kid's birthday party? This movie was made in the 90s, and I'm 99% sure a kid would rather have Uncle Magic the hip-hop magician than a literal clown. And on top of that, this guy sucks at his job. He can barely do anything right. It gets so bad that he puts a stick in his mouth and he starts choking. Eventually, the clown guy gives up and gives Air Bud a chance to do something, and within a matter of seconds, this dog has proven much better than this guy. Look at him catching those balls. The grand finale is here, and apparently that means to trash this poor family's house. No, seriously, this clown just jumps around the house, destroying presents, knocking over things, and spilling a bunch of snacks everywhere. He soon leaves and blames everything on Air Bud, when 90% of it is definitely on himself. On his way back to Clown Town, he calls the pound, addressing them as Dog Pound, because the dog is quote-unquote a menace. But then he hits a bump and the crate Air Bud was in just falls off. Hey, problem solved. Is that a car? There is no way that dog isn't at least slightly hurt because that crate is flipped over. Oh, wait, he's okay. And then they just drive off. Yeah, okay, just leave it there for the next guy to run over. The human protagonist is named Josh, and he has just moved because his dad passed away in a plane crash. He's new to school, and his mom says he's not good at making friends. Thanks a lot, Mom. He tries out the trombone and sucks, but props to him because trombones rule. Talking as a former trombone myself. After school, he finds himself a private property to trespass so he can play himself some basketball. And this is where the two protagonists meet. Get juked, nerd. You need to use your pudding to get him to level 2 before he can get tamed. That's more like it. Hey kid, what are you doing? That's not your fence, what are you— Oh, come on. First you trespass, now you're just blatantly destroying things. On the bright side, you have successfully used your sugar-free vanilla pudding to bring Air Bud to level 2, and he is now tamed! New skill unlocked. Wait, I think you leveled him up too much. He just threw paint everywhere. You gave him too much pudding! After that debacle, Josh finds a big box and turns that into a small doghouse for Air Bud— Buddy. Oh, Josh. Sweet, innocent Josh. That house won't last one light rain shower. Later that night, our two protagonists head back to the private property to play more basketball. And now Josh thinks he can do whatever and paint the court. Yeah, okay buddy, sure, do whatever you want. Josh finds himself doing small tasks for the school basketball team. One night, he snoops a little too much and locates a small area that belongs to the janitor. And he has a big secret. He's a famous basketball player. He's making every shot. Who would have guessed? I totally forgot to mention that this is technically a Christmas movie. Merry Christmas, Josh. Santa brought you the dog you practically own. Somehow, Josh still has school during Christmas. Poor kid. But on the plus side, he's got an invite to a private tryout for the basketball team. Josh contemplates going for some reason, but Buddy wants to play. Eventually, Josh caves and throws the ball backwards. Holy crap, that dog just made a basket! Look at Buddy go, he's way better than you, kid. Josh decides to go to tryouts. He finds out, though, that he wasn't supposed to get that invite. I wonder who put it in his locker. Oh, so the kid makes one hoop and he immediately gets on the team. If only it were that easy when I was a kid. During his first game, Josh meets this random kid on the team. He pulls out an orange peel from his shoe, gross, and gives it to Josh for luck. Josh, you really shouldn't take rotten fruit from a stranger. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, just put it in your sock. Halfway during the game, Buddy decides to join the fun and scores in front of everyone there. They all cheer with excitement, and of course, Josh ruins it by saying, "Bad dog." Way to rain on the parade. Once the game is over, this random woman appears, saying Buddy should be the school mascot. Buddy, however, decides to ignore this woman and walk up the steps where he finds a boy being pelted with basketballs. Why is nobody stopping this? It's obviously wrong! The school board seems to have realized that coach may have had a bit of a screw loose, and so they replace him with a janitor guy named Arthur. He meets up with the team for practice and starts pretending to dribble a ball. Then somehow, he makes a basketball appear behind his back. Is that Uncle Magic? During the next game, a halftime show begins with Buddy and Josh at center stage. They walk over to the basketball hoop to make a shot in front of everyone, but Buddy gets cold feet and doesn't move. Josh has a stern talking with him, and Buddy agrees to do his job. It's the last few seconds, and Josh has the ball. What is that kid doing? Throw the ball, Josh! A bit after the game, Arthur comes over to Josh, who's practicing in the gym. He tells him that he shot for the wrong reason and should focus on making himself feel good about himself. And you know what? I like this guy. We get a small montage of Josh and Buddy doing their routine and playing some games, when suddenly, it cuts to the clown guy from earlier and he sees that Buddy's now famous. I do want to point out that the movie only has 30 minutes left, and we just now get to the villain coming into play. A little bit late, don't you think? He comes by their house to take Buddy. Josh obviously doesn't want him to go and starts yelling, "He hates you!" when I don't think Buddy told him that, so I'm not quite sure how he knows all of this. Josh gets all mopey and sad, so Arthur decides to finally sign his card for him. He writes, "Play from the heart" on it right above his signature. Man, this guy's really cool. Somehow, Josh finds where the clown guy is and tries to get Buddy's attention. Inside, we hear the clown guy attempting to call advertisement agencies to get Buddy into the entertainment business. Oh, there goes Josh again with his trespassing. Good on you, kid. Steal that man's property. After some tugging and warring, Buddy gets free and runs away with Josh. Clown guy follows close behind as they run through the entire town. His truck is literally falling apart at the seams as Josh tricks him into driving into a lake. How did nobody try and help him? Josh and Buddy find a secluded area to talk, but for some reason, Josh just gets rid of Buddy. He pulls the "I don't want you anymore!" and just ditches him. You're not even going to try to get him back? And he just leaves him there. On an island, Josh heads back to play the final basketball game, and halfway through, the team ends with only 4 players. But somehow, some way, Buddy makes it back off of an island to help them win. And they let him play because apparently there aren't any rules that say a dog can't play. And as one does, they give him the number K9. For a solid 5 minutes, we get a montage of Buddy and Josh carrying this team to victory when, uh-oh, Clown Guy is back and he does not look happy. It's the last few seconds and Josh has to make a buzzer beater throw. He shoots and he scores. Everyone celebrates when all of a sudden Clown Guy shows up and wants his dog back. They all just tell him no, and he says, "I'll see you in court." I thought the movie was just going to ignore that he said that, but they literally go to court the scene after. I kid you not, my first reaction to this was, wait, what? For some reason, Clown Guy dresses up as a clown for his own court case and brings a suitcase of random clown objects. What is that going to do for you? Bonus points? Also, this court makes no sense. The Clown Guy has actual, understandable proof that the dog is in fact his, and when Josh has the opportunity to prove the dog is abused, he doesn't have any proof. And then his mother jumps in and starts pulling the guilt-tripping card. Arthur comes in and tells them, let the dog decide. And so they take that literally. And as you would guess, Buddy chooses Josh. Yay, happy ending! On to the points. For the story, I'd say it was very unique for the time it came out, and most of the plot made sense, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. For the dogs, Buddy was my second favorite character, and that's saying a lot, seeing as I only have 2 favorites. The court scene in the end was quite funny in the beginning, and Buddy had a lot of emotional decisions that actually made sense, so I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. For the side characters, I think that most of the side characters didn't do too much, but Arthur was my favorite character who actually had some growth to him, so I'd say he boosted the score to a 4 out of 5. And for the fun, if I wasn't trying to find something to really nitpick, I'd say this movie is a blast. The antics are fun, the premise is fun, and seeing the clown guy get physically and mentally abused was very funny. So I'll give this a 5 out of 5. With everything totaled up, we reached a score of 18 out of 20. Pretty good.